TV. This is the place where you can find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business. It's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. And today we are here with Coach Caren Fern, all the way from Toronto, Canada. She's in the house. And we're always excited when Coach Caren joins us. We want to give a shout out to all of you watching live and on the replay, and to my partner, Ms. Francine Gregory, real estate entrepreneur and tech diva, and Sylviana, our new marketing strategist, hostess. And we just thank you, everyone, for all that you do and for that what you are doing. But we're going to get this party started because we all want to make sure that we pick up these tips from Coach Caren on what to do about procrastination. Coach, what you got for us today?
We're in part 3. Guys, could you believe it? We're gonna just take a little, we're gonna breathe and then we're gonna go backwards, okay? Part 1, we talk about why do I procrastinate? The question is for yourself, nobody else. So that's why you gotta ask it. Why do I procrastinate? And so we start talking about killing procrastination. We did part 1 and 2. We also talk about if it's hard, that's why we don't do it. We talk about if it's too easy, why we don't do it, because these two things is parallel, but it really, it's one or the other that holds us back, right? Where to go to learn, how to accomplish the hard stuff that you think you can't. So we talk about all that. Today, we're tapping into the reason you deep down inside think you can't, because there's always this deep rooted reason that you think you can't, and you consistently procrastinate. If it was possible, what would I do first? And we talk about that initially, but truly, what is it would you do first? And guys, that simply means even if you had to drink a glass of water first or go to the washroom first, it is such simple steps, but you don't think that you could do them. And why am I doing it in the first place? Like, why do I procrastinate? Why do I do it? Why do I say I want to be a millionaire, but I'm doing nothing in the order to get me there? Because it feels too big. It feels too far away. Why? Like, the question can be in 100 answers, okay? Be a little warm today, so I'm probably going to be sipping on water.
Yes, it is.
And why do we want it in the first place? Whatever you answer that for yourself, and then we're going to get back to it. So I'm going to step right in, and we're going to come back to that question, because that's the big question there, okay? We did 9 questions, but I got about 25 or so that I have people answer, and I want them to take time answering it. I don't want them to rush this process, because if you do, you're not going to like it. You're not going to get up from it. You're going to be back there again. And what I want you to do is anytime you stumble and fall, just go back into the questionnaire. Just go back and get it done. Okay, guys? So the first question was, is time the reason I think I can to do it? And lots of time, that's what we think. It's time. I put on my wall talking about this, I think it was yesterday, where I talk about literally finding this place that you go to do the things that you say you want to do and you don't want to do. Have it fall into place. Whenever you're starting over, it feels like the hardest thing that you're ever going to do. And you're going to procrastinate. Everybody does. They might not even call it procrastination. They might say, I can't get this done. I don't know how to do it. But they're really procrastinating because there's parcels of fear in there. So it might be a full-fledged fear like the fear they're used to, but it is seeping in there. And this has to do with your mental, your health, the money you have or don't have, and all these different things. When I recognize that when I stress, my iron gets low. I don't have energy. I want to crawl up in a ball and hide. The questions is to help you see your triggers. That's what the questions was for. And I start noticing that. I also know my doctor had warned me that if I stress, I would have to go on medication for my thyroid.
Mm.
And I did not want medication, so I eliminate as much as possible. And if I feel like I can't do anything about it, I ask myself this question. I go to rest, I go to exercise, I drink a lot more water, and I bring a lot of laughter in my life. And I close the door. I'm a locker guy, so I put padlocks on doors that is irritating, infuriating, and triggering me, because those things will also allow me to procrastinate.
Wow. Okay.
Because I'm constantly thinking about it and it paralyzes me. So I procrastinate on what I got to do.
I get it. It makes sense.
Yep.
To know what makes you stop, but stops you.
Yes.
Wow.
Don't fight it. Just know what stops you. Don't be upset with it. It is there to protect you. It is not there to harm you or tell you this is your being. This is a built-in mechanism God has given you. Use it. Allow it to be so you can learn from it. Anytime it pops up and remind you, once you get yourself in the rhythm, it's telling you before you get there. This is this is pre-warning. This is, hey girl, hey guy, don't go there. Because if you do, we might spiral out. And procrastination is my comfort zone. That's where I go. That's where I hang out. I feel good in that spot.
Wow.
I complain that I didn't accomplish it or get it done, but I feel good in that spot. And don't be fooled about people who are busy and stuff. They procrastinate too, just in a different way for a different thing at a different time. This is why beating yourself up doesn't work, because everybody procrastinates. But to know and know what to do and then do it changes things, changes your pattern.
Whoa. Okay. You said a mouthful there, Coach. Oh my gosh. I never really thought about it that way. To pay attention to what happens before I get to that state.
I like braid my hair and blonde. That's where I'm a signature. But every summer I pick a pink. This summer I pick hot pink. And last time I had cotton pink, and I'll wear it in the summer. It makes me silly. I feel goofy. I like it. But when I got this specific pink, it's hotter than I'm used to. And it took me, I was giving my hair a break, but still I was debating, should I do it? It was like, you bought it. What do you mean, should you do it? And I was procrastinating on it because I was thinking, well, what if I don't like it? I'm like, then you take it out. Like, the answers come quicker because I'm used to this. So when you get used to it, you're going to answer yourself quicker. And if I don't like it after a week or two, it comes out. It's my head.
Yes.
What's the big deal? If you're going to put money in front of me, then, okay, it was still my head.
Correct.
Because different things will pull at you depending on where you're feeling and where you're at, that you can do certain things. I've been to the hairdresser already, get my hair washed, conditioned, treated, deep treated, got a weave in. I hated it. I think it cost me about $3 something. I took it out, Terry, in less than 7 days. It was awful. She didn't do a good job. I didn't like it. I didn't like what she chose for me. Why am I complaining about it? I know I don't like it. And exactly. So I'm saying this to the people who might say, well, the money. So if you are worried, go back to the hairdresser, say, hey, I didn't like it. Your surface was great, but the hair you choose for me didn't go well. Cause that was the situation. And I said, you know what? Give me what I love. Put braids in my hair because that's what I like. Give me my braids. I don't want anything else. I know you were trying to give me something different. I knew I didn't like it. And I knew before I got it. And my husband was giving me this gift, by the way. And he was like, get something different. I was like, yeah, sure. Listen, I know what I like. Okay. Let me get what I like.
and let's be okay with that.
Yeah.
I,
Leave me
I
alone.
think I think this is one of the things that also leads to procrastination. We feel like every time we hear something new, we got to change. Well, you never get time to master anything.
Right?
And so you're constantly frustrated because you're constantly in a state of flux.
Yes. Yes. You are not giving yourself enough time to flow, to be with that thing that you do. I know what I am, who I am, what I love, where my peace lies. And guys, I am not moving from it. I don't care who don't like it. I'm very sorry. Not really. I'm loving me where I stand and where I'm at. That's it. I
So is
can't
this
expect everybody to like what I do, want to join me. That's okay.
is that why we need to pay attention to ourselves? Is that
Mhm.
one of the ways to kill procrastination?
Yes.
Is to be
Yes.
okay with being okay?
Yes. Yes. You got to love on yourself. I have my clients do this for 90 days. Once I had a client did it for 365 days because she didn't believe it. That's how bad it was. I love you. Whoever you are, you put in your name. I say, I love you, Caren. Every single day. Maybe you need a full year of saying those words, putting it on a mirror, putting it next to the mirror, put it at every light switch. So you click on the light switch, you can see it. Write it out. Look
Mm.
you in the eye and really love upon you with all your faults and everything. You're a package deal. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's
Mhm.
great all the time. Nobody's wonderful all the time. We are angry. We're upset. We're frustrated. We're vexed. We don't like something. We don't like you. Whatever that thing is, be who you are.
Mm.
Because when you are, you can do all the other things you want to do. Because you
Okay.
never know why you're doing it. I remember this guy, I just didn't like him. For whatever reason, I just couldn't stand him. And it was my mom's friend, daughter, fiance. I figure out after the fact. I didn't know initially. And she was talking about him. And I remember saying the day, I said, oh, I can't stand that guy. And she goes, why? I said, I don't know. She said, well, how could you not stand him and you don't know? And eventually she was my first makeup artist. She was studying makeup and I was one of her muse, and she used to do my makeup over time because I used to dance. And then she admitted that is her fiance. Terry, I could have fall in a hole. But here is the good news. We didn't part ways. We stayed friends. She kept doing my makeup for stage and what have you. Because she said, Karen, sometimes people wouldn't tell you things. You told me. I asked you why you didn't know. And she said, maybe you need to get to know him before you decide. Terry, he turned out to be a wonderful guy. Nothing was wrong with the guy. I didn't
Mhm.
know why. There was things I was thinking that wasn't true. But I own my crap. Ended up saying to him, I didn't like it. I don't know what it was. He just hit me the wrong way. My grandmother used to always say it's a spirit taking world. So maybe we were clashing somehow.
Mhm.
But then once we get to talking, we realize we like business together. He become a supplier of mine for a product I needed at the time when it was hard to get. And life change and shift. But when you admit who you are and what you don't like and what you can't stand, you move forward. Most time people think that they're afraid of it, but they really need to get through it
Mm.
to
Mhm.
find out some things about themselves. I found out in that situation that when I say I don't like somebody, I should probably figure out why I don't like them, or am I jumping to conclusion, or am I putting on that individual what happened to me with somebody else? Either look like them, behave like them, and I'm transferring without recognizing that's what I'm doing.
Yes.
That's a me problem, not a his problem.
But what has that got to do with procrastination?
Because I gotta bring it around for
Yeah,
you guys.
tie,
What does
tie
this have
that.
to do with procrastination? The first step was me saying it out loud that I didn't like this guy because it was in my head over and over. The guy would just pass and I would say this nonsense, right? I don't like him. And we do that. I don't want to make this cake. Boy, I really don't want to make this cake. And we cannot explain why we don't want to make this cake. I can't explain why I didn't like the guy. This is because you think it's hard.
Oh,
This is because you think you can't do it.
I see.
It is driving you crazy and you wouldn't do anything. It's not because you can't, it's because you think you can't.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's the big fight. You think you can't. Most people, not everybody, but the people who want to be in business and don't start is because they think they can't. And the people who's in business and can move from maybe 5,000 to 10 a month is haven't seen themselves with $10,000. They are, or they've seen themselves and scared that they'd spend it all out. Don't know where to put the $10,000. Don't know what would happen. Maybe they're afraid that they'll have to pay too much taxes on the $10,000. And the truth is, all they had to do is talk to an accountant or a bookkeeper, and we'd explain to them what needs to happen. Because if it's revenue and you're paying staff, all is not yours. So you're not paying tax on the whole thing. There's expense in there. But yet, some people, and this is how they'll go about it. They wouldn't say, I want to make 10,000. That's what they'll say. In a group, for instance, lady was saying, if I ever made more than $7,000 a month, I don't know what I would do with myself. But the same person asks a lot of times in the group how to hire people, how to train people. She needs a vacation. She can't take it because she's a sole proprietor, and then there's nobody to take over if she's not there. She's still asking these questions. But she's procrastinating on the idea that she could hire, train, and allow the company to be self-sufficient so she can get that long-needed vacation she's been asking about. She doesn't see it as procrastination, though, because she gets up every day, she goes to her business, she does the work, she makes money, and she doesn't see it. I said it. A big gentleman said it. He said, you're procrastinating. You're afraid. Procrastination is a form of fear, right? Is that fear that you of the unknown? And when I say procrastination, also from being easy, some people, if they can do something quickly, they don't feel that they're good enough. They feel that it's so simple that why would somebody pay them for it? So they feel like they're conning the person who's paying them money. And so they procrastinate in that little gray area. And it sounds crazy, but those are the same people who's afraid of success, afraid of making it big. Because somewhere along in their journey, they watch successful people not be good, not do good things. But that's just a little snippet of what they might have seen of the person. The person might have done a lot of great things, and they might have caught them in that area where they're being angry and mad and frustrated, like all of us are. And they're just judging it on that one thing. Because I knew somebody who said, my aunt is greedy. She doesn't give anybody anything. She's selfish. She never had any kids, but she did like me. And I said to the girl, if she's so greedy and don't give, I thought you told me this is the aunt that helped you. She said, no, I know. She sent me to Canada to school, to further my schooling. She paid my passage, paid my lodging, paid for a full year.
Wow.
Education. And it's not cheap, Terry.
No.
Foreign student paid over $25,000 to come and study. And when I sat her down, I said, Dawn, do you understand that she's not a greedy person? Do you get what she did for you and your brother? She mightn't be a huggy person, but she paid for y'all's education because your mom had, I think, about 7 of them. And she says, hey, sis, I'm going to help with 2. You do the rest. Do you understand? And then when you didn't finish, she didn't say, hey, girl, I don't care. She says, so what do you want to do next?
Wow.
And so when you found yourself in trouble, she said, send me the kids. She was married and divorced. Send me the kids, and I will watch them for a year or so till you figure yourself out.
Wow.
I'm like, are you understanding? And this person I'm talking about didn't get it until like we had several conversations. Because it was so easy. She didn't understand pain because she got life easy. We get life easy when we can do things quickly. We feel like we're conning people. And sometimes it leads us to not being successful. I'll give you a quick little, not a tiny story. This girl does bookkeeping, and she says, was her exact words. It take me about half an hour to do it. So how am I going to charge them X, Y, and Z? And we all ask, are you only spending half an hour on the client? She's like, no, I do this, and that. She discounted all that she's done and only cater to the 30 minutes thing that she did. And so now she's charging the client only $150. But when the client have more work and she realized how much more she has to do, now she's asking, how much could I charge them? And myself and a few people are saying, you got to sit down and talk to the client. We can't tell you. But I personally say to her, if you're afraid of money, you can't have the conversation yet. You got to go find out you got to find out why you're afraid of money. And if success is a hindrance right now, you got to go clear that up. Then you're going to be okay. So she is procrastinating on talking with the client. She's procrastinating on asking for more money. She's procrastinating on her life in general because it's costing her to live well. What do you do first? You got to go find out about you. I'm giving you these little snippets because if you look at it, everything centers around you got to go find out about you.
I see.
Step one, find out about you. Why are you procrastinating? And I've given you quite a few things to do before. But we're right back there again. And last but not least, why am I doing it in the first place? Why am I doing this thing? Why do I want to build this house? Why do I want to play the guitar? And let me tell you, if you're this thing that you're doing and you're asking the question, why am I doing it in the first place? I don't want you to find an answer. I want the answer to find you. Because at this moment, if you're playing piano and you don't know why, it's okay to keep playing and let the answer find you. When it finds you, you're going to stop procrastinating. Not fully, because nothing is 100%, but the majority. And when you see the prerequisite happening and coming towards you, and you feel like you want to, you know what to do. So I know that if I stress myself out and my iron get low, I'm weak and I don't have a lot of energy and I want to sleep a lot. If I get to the next stage, I get dizzy. And if my iron gets really low, everything look like rainbows. The colors come together and I can literally feel my skin swelling, but nobody can see it. But this is the feeling that I get. And I can pass out. So there's stages to the levels of how low my iron is getting. And I learned that over time. I literally had to go explain every step to my doctor so she can test and find out what's going on. Because she said, Caren, nobody has ever come in with the severity of you're describing. And I'm telling you guys this because I literally had to write it down and then go tell her. She got it typed up. It's in my file. And when a friend of mine called me and wasn't well, I gave her this full rundown. And she says, Caren, that's what I was feeling, but I didn't know how to put it into words. She was able to give it to her doctor. And that was what was happening to her. Her iron was so low.
Wow.
You could die. And so I can't get to that level. And I had gotten myself there because of the stress I was under at the time. I didn't see it as that. And that's from that, I came back with, there's this 24-hour that I will let whatever is happening to me get dealt with. 48, 72, 2 weeks is the most I will hold on to things, because stress is really us holding on to a specific thing and reminding ourselves of it over and over and over again. And it's so depleting that we seize up, we get paralyzed, and we don't do. And there we procrastinating on it. But we don't know. We don't even understand unless we start paying attention to us, to understanding us. The study of us is so important, and it's so little that we do with it. We get more. So why did I get a feeling like this morning? Well, you better find out fast, because it's going to happen a couple of more times to tell you, to warn you. If you find you procrastinate a lot, and at the end of the day, you're always angry and you can't get anything done, you better find out quickly and get it done, or start the processes. Because once you get used to it and you're not paying attention, new things get added on, and you don't even notice that you're compiling.
Wow. Wow.
You're compiling and you don't know you're compiling. A good friend of mine years and years ago, probably over 10 or 12 years ago, her dad, she would procrastinate on anything. She's like, I'm just a procrastinator. That's all I am. I'm a procrastinator. And she finished high school, and we were working together. I'm, older than her. And she said, I'm not going to college. I said, why? She said, I don't know what to take. I said, are you afraid? She goes, no, I'm not afraid. I said, what are you stressing out about? She said, nothing. Her dad said, if you go to school, I'm going to pay for your full tuition. No questions asked.
Wow.
And she said, Dad, give me a year. He said, sweetie, I know you want a year, but go do something. I don't care if you don't like it when you're done. It will help you get to the other place. If you're in it a year, you don't like it, and you're ready to leave, I'll do it. And she waited a year. And I think it was a year and a month later, he just never woke up. Just died. She cried for him. She cried for everything. She cried because she got to pay her own way.
Have mercy.
And everybody would say, well, why didn't he just put it in a fund or whatever? People's situations are different. And I don't know what was the full financial situation, but all I know is that it was hard. And she didn't even know. And the reason I'm bringing up her frustration, her procrastination, she said, Caren, at the end of the day, I realized why I was procrastinating. I was stressed over other things, and I let it compile so much that it become this easy thing to say, I'm a procrastinator. I do things whenever, it compiles itself. We don't know that it's doing that because we didn't stop to find out who we are, where we want to go, and what are we doing. Not the common question, what do you want to be when you grow up? No. Who am I? What do I like? What do I love? What I love to eat? Do I like a lot of money? Do I like spending a lot of money? Do I like sleeping in this bed? Do I like living here? Do I like the sunshine or the snow? Not because nobody likes it, your friend, mother, father, nobody, just you. Do I like to eat? Do I like to exercise? No, but I know it's good for me, so I will do it. These are the things that you need to find out about yourself. I like to write. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I'll write. I like to sew, but people don't. I like to crochet, but it's so old. But I like it. I'm an artist. I love drawing or painting. It's not going to make me a lot of money, but I love it. Go do it. You don't have to be paid right away. Go do it. Because when you do it, you find out deeper who you are at a deeper level. This is the key to it. Doing it make you know who you are, and you procrastinate less, and the money follows. You don't have to go find it.
Wow.
Go do it. This journey we went through talking about killing procrastination is you finding you. It's you looking after you. It's you giving into the things that you know that deep down inside of you, you've always wanted to do, or you start doing, but afraid, or somebody said something that because it's so tender and it's your baby, you stop. I want you to cross everybody else out and just do it. It was put inside of you to be done. Go do it. Take the word procrastination out. And that's the end of the series.
Coach, I love the fact that you ended with just go do it. I'm just gonna put that up here. Go do it. All right. Oh my goodness. Wow. How to end procrastination? Go do it.
Do it.
That is that's amazing. That is amazing. Guys, if you're looking to connect with Coach Caren, there are a couple of things that you want to do. First of all, you want to make sure that you follow her on her Facebook. Is it Facebook, right? Or is it Instagram?
Yeah, Facebook. We can do Facebook. Facebook, I'm on mostly.
On Facebook. And if you're looking to talk to her, set up an appointment. Here is the link so that you can set up an appointment.
Yep.
Also, she has a course that will help you chart your course. And there is the link for that. Oh my goodness. Don't procrastinate. Go do it.
Yes.
If you're looking to be a part of the BizChicks community, we would love for you to just simply go to bizchicks.net, or you can join us by texting biz to 33777 and join our community. We'd love to help you share what it is you do.
Yes.
And how you do it for others. With that, we want to remind you that there's always time for profits in. What you want to do is bring those profits in daily.
Yes.
Thank you, Coach Caren.
You're welcome.
All the way from Toronto, Canada, was simple to do things to consider, and then things to do. I love it. I love it, guys, and I know you do too. So make sure you connect with Coach Caren. We want to remind you also that BizChicks is having the event first Monday, and that event is our block party.
Oh.
Yes, having a block party. Block party to help you connect, share, and grow. Nice. So come on out and network with other BizChicks. The QR code is on the screen, and it takes place, I believe that is July.
The 1st of July. Oh.
1st of July is the first Monday. So we hope that you'll join us over there. There's our new address where the event will be taking place at Cap City, 3810 Broadway, Sacramento, California, 95817. And it's going to be starts at 6 p.m. It will be light hors d'oeuvres and refreshments. So come on over.
Sweet.
And and join the fun. With that, we want to remind you it's okay to make money
in your business.
So go to the front of your own line. We'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, everyone.